I have conversations every day with realtors that are frustrated with running buyers around that are not qualified, do not have a pre-approval. It's kind of a rookie move.
Well, I think part of it is, like you said, rookie. It could stem from a lack of experience, because if you have newer agents, they just want to get out there, right? Like they want to experience what it is to be an agent, show these homes and show them these things, and that excitement might blind them from having those conversations and setting the proper expectations.
Agreed.
And I think that it's important to ask those pre-qualifying questions before you even make introductions. And that stems back to an agent being a little bit more well-rounded. Like, you need to know somewhat about the mortgage process. So by setting clear expectations of, hey, I'm assuming you're renting right now. Right. What is your current...
Starting there.
Right. What is your current payment at right now? What's a comfort level of what your payment would be? Because to me, purchase price is irrelevant.
It's completely irrelevant.
It's irrelevant.
It's about what they're going to spend monthly, including taxes and insurance. And if most people are renting, they don't even understand that. Right? So what are the additional costs? We call it monthly housing expense. And I love working with you because you will send us that information. A lot of people won't. That's the first question I ask everyone. What is your comfort factor? What does that monthly housing expense look like for you?
Yeah, because people are like, oh, I want something under $400,000. What is, so then...
Based on what?
Right, well...
Based on what?
So your next question should be, okay, so what's the monthly payment for a $400,000 house?
Oh, well, I found it on Zillow with that little slider.
Right, and that's a whole other
correct,
thing.
Matt, no?
Misconceptions with Zillow mortgage estimates. Don't get me started.
It's any mortgage estimate. So we have a job because of a certain reason. If it was that easy, we would not have a job.
Right. So having those conversations of, hey, this is what you're comfortable with. Right. This is what a payment would look like roughly on a house like this. Does that make sense to you? Right. Because if it's not, then we need to pivot and think about other options, because you could see a condo for $150,000 and be like, oh my God, this is great. But then you have an HOA of $800 a month.
Right. And every property is different. And I think the other thing too is just asking about their credit score could be important. If you feel uncomfortable as a newer agent doing that, you can just say, do you think there's any reason you can't get approved for a mortgage? I can guarantee that people will tell you more than you would ever even imagine just by asking that question.
And the other good thing is asking what other debts they have. And that can be a little bit touchy, so you frame it a different way of, hey, do you have a car? If so, do you have a car payment? How does student loans are a mess?
Making it a little bit more casual. Right. People are going to tell you. I think a lot of us in this business, we start feeling like, oh, that might be too invasive. People will open up to you and they will tell you things. I can promise you that. We've both been doing this a while.
Well, yeah, but it's also talk to them like a human being, and don't talk to them like you're trying to sell them on something.
Exactly. So qualifying questions, super, super important.
And I think overall, rounding it out is, what are potential debts that you have? What's a monthly payment that you're comfortable with? Overall credit score, if you can get that. Establish those things, shift it over to your lender, make their job easier, your job easier, and get them to the finish line.
Love it.